cameras and say a quick hi. We do understand if you don't want to turn on your cameras. We are recording for the purposes of just our own club organization records, but also for those who are taking the SAT today or who could not make it. Okay. Annie, let us know when you want us to start, when there's like enough people.
I think we have about 29 participants right now, so I think it's a good time. And thank you everybody for your patience. And Tammy, just take it away.
Okay, and then hopefully, Annie, can you alert Nicole? Oh, Nicole's waiting in the lobby. Is she in?
She's in.
Oh, she's
Hi.
in. Okay, great.
Awesome.
We want to make
Awesome,
sure
Nicole.
Nicole's in
Yes.
too. Okay,
Yes.
great. So again, we just want to welcome you to our Pvsa orientation on behalf of East Meets West Parent Education Club. My name is Tammy Huang Anacleto. I'm the 2021-2022 president, and it's my honor to serve such a wonderful organization. I just really want to be able to let you know what we're going to go over today. Our presenters today will include Nicole Chang. She has come on the team as a Pvsa advisor. She's also one of the board of directors. She will go over the importance of volunteering and some benefits to college admissions. Scott Kwong is very important because he's the director of Pvsa program. You will mainly hear from him as you go through your volunteering and opportunities and any questions you have about Pvsa. And of course, most important is Annie Broussard. She is the founder of East Meets West Parent Education Club. She's also serving as our executive director on our board, and she often recruits interns seasonally. So she will be introducing internship opportunities. So on that note, I just wanted again to welcome everyone and also just remind you of our club's organization. So whenever you're serving or representing us as our youth ambassadors and parents, we would like you to keep in mind our mission at East Meets West. A lot of you are actually new to the organization, and some have continued and are renewing. So we really appreciate that you have committed to membership for another year or two. So the mission and purpose of our organization mainly is to bridge cultures and build a strong community. That's a big reason I became a member 4 years ago and have been serving as board member. My family, we are intercultural, and this is a wonderful club, wonderful platform to bring our family together and serving our community. So through cultural events, parent education, and community outreach, these are 3 important ways that we have fulfilled our club's mission. So at any time you're interested in a part of this mission, or you'd like to be a parent supporter, or you have a great idea, feel free to let us know. Otherwise, this is a main part of our club. Great, okay. And at this point, I'd like to introduce Nicole Chang, who I have known for several years. She is both, like I said, a board of director and a very talented, leader in our community and a business owner at Pasadena Coder School. She has so many talents, and both her children were in Pvsa, and they have now gone off to college. So at this point, I wanted to introduce Nicole, and she'll share more about the benefits of being a volunteer. Nicole, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great, excellent, great. Well, super. Thank you everyone for joining. Today, you're going to be hearing about this great opportunity about the Pvsa, and basically, Scott will explain later on the aspects of volunteering. I wanted to share a bit what I think are the benefits of volunteering. And so I have 2 children, Sammy said, and from a young age, I think about basically as soon as my kids could walk or something, every year we would always make a point to kind of do an annual volunteer or something, as well as throughout the year. And it has just been a great thing. And I wanted to share with you some of the things. So with volunteering, your students can learn different skills. Tim, I think we'll just go to that first slide.
I'm going to pause my sharing, but you could keep sharing, okay? I'll pause it and go back.
Oh, I don't actually have, so why don't you just keep sharing the first slide?
Okay,
just some of the
because,
benefits.
okay,
Yeah.
because the timer
That's
on the
perfect.
slide is going on. Okay.
Oh, okay, got it.
Let me
So,
just-
so just to share some of the experiences with volunteer work, I found a lot that the students learn like skills, get exposed to whole different things, and it's a great character building. So just to give you an example, let's say we have spent a lot of time doing volunteer like soup kitchens or helping. And so I would say definitely, you know, the students get an opportunity, the volunteer gets an opportunity to learn how to cook or different skills, right? There's usually like some set menu that they have to do over and over and over again. They learn about the issues of like homelessness. And I think overall that builds great character and empathy and understanding of realizing how fortunate one is in life and to start really appreciating different things. My daughter, one of her first things when she was too young to really do a lot of the cooking part, she would like sing for like, for example, she sang in a transition home there as people were transitioning from homeless back to the workforce, if you will. And she dressed up in costumes of different Disney characters and sang songs to the kids. And it was fascinating because the kids were so overwhelmed that they asked for a Q&A session to ask, like, how did you get to pursue this passion? Or how did you get this opportunity, you know, just to start performing or different things. And so all of a sudden it was fascinating to see like a 5-6-year-old start taking on Q&A and seeing her role in being a ambassador, if you will, to other students. Through an activity they did volunteering of writing greeting cards for battered women, or they learned about the slave trade, they learned about the situation in Afghanistan, and cleaning beaches. They could be learning about, you know, not only the aspect of teamwork and what it takes to make a difference, but also the issues of pollution and all sorts of things. So I think there's so many great character, leadership, and different skills one can have within this. And as I was saying, I think that so much of the beauty of life begins with appreciating what you have to offer others and what others have to offer. And so in service to others, it's like the greatest gift, because you really can become more cognizant of what there is to appreciate in this world. And then I think as a very important bonus to this all is that when it comes time for the college application, for those who choose to go that path, when you are writing your personal statement or going to have your interviews and talk about things, the volunteering process can give a very enriching content to this. I think if you think about the college application process, which I have just done myself, the college is looking to build a community of students, and they're looking for students that are going to make a difference in that community. And there's no right one student, because they need students from different walks of life. But if you think about it, what volunteering does is it allows a child to start from not thinking about just themselves, to start seeing themselves as a member of the community. And for depending on different volunteer activities, that community can start being very large. And this is, if you will, a great stepping stone for the being a member of a college community. And as you'll be hearing from Scott later on when he gives you the details, a lot of the beauty of the Pvsa opportunity is that a whole bunch of a variety of different volunteer activities can fit towards the criteria to earn this. And as well, you could be using things that your hours from like Boy Scout or Girl Scouts, et cetera, that are also serving the community. And so it's actually a very amazing and unique opportunity where a whole diverse things, whether it's like beach cleaning or at a homeless shelter or volunteering at different fundraising events, et cetera, where all these diverse things can actually count to something very substantial and go with it. And I just want to add, so my daughter just actually yesterday arrived at Harvard campus. Well, she'll be doing her undergraduate, and she'll be doing a 5-year program there with doing neuroscience at Harvard and doing a master's in music at the Berklee School of Music. And a lot of her application talked about her love of singing and songwriting. And she focuses a lot about writing songs about different causes. And in many ways, I think she had the opportunity to practice, singing and giving her service of her voice at places that could really benefit from it, if you will, through just starting very young into volunteering. And of course, she had then also the opportunities to just practice her skill out there. And my son, he will be going a sophomore year at Stanford, and one of his big things is filmmaking, as well as the engineering path that he's taking there. And he, for example, I think had the opportunity to hone on this craft and even really to get exposure to it when someone actually asked him to be the photographer for a benefit modeling thing, et cetera. It was, the money was to benefit something. It was a modeling shoot, and they're like, they needed a videographer and a photographer. And so he got the opportunity to take what was then a hobby, if you will, and start realizing, wow, how this actually can have value to others, and I can be of service in doing something I have great passion for. So anyway, hopefully that just gives you some idea of this terrific opportunity that you have being shared about today.
Great, thank you, Nicole. I'm going to have to stop sharing screen and prep the next slide. We're so happy that you could be part of the Pvsa and support the youth. And for those listening, you will actively see each of us involved in mentoring, really encouraging you to find your passions and use volunteering as a platform to help you grow and discover all that Nicole has experienced as a parent and seeing her 2 children now, again, in college. And it's all about the character and who you are that colleges look for too. So thank you so much for sharing those personal examples. I'm going to again stop sharing the screen and go on to the next slide. Scott, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, and I'll prep your slide.
Welcome, everyone, children, grandparents, and everyone in between. My name is Scott. I'm the director of the Pvsa program, and this is what you're here for. I'll give Tammy a minute to pull up the next slide.
Yes, a slide has a timer, but I'll just do my best to go by what you're talking about, okay?
Okay.
Give me a moment here. As I go back to the screen. Okay.
All right. So first thing, what is Pvsa? Well, Pvsa is to honor individuals who positively impact their communities. And what it is, it's a volunteer program where people of all ages, not just students, you could be an adult, you could be in elementary, middle school, and still participate, where after you accumulate a certain number of hours, you will be recognized and you will receive a medal, bronze, silver, gold, and I believe there's a lifetime, but that's currently suspended due to the ongoing situation in the world right now. On top of that, you'll also get a certificate from East Meets West and another certificate signed by the President of the United States. Really good for college. It's great, especially if you don't have a lot of extracurriculars such as Boy Scout, Girl Scout. This is definitely a program you would want to consider. Now, Pvsa is a 1-year program, so if you do say 5 hours of volunteer service last year, they don't count this year. Our calendar year, we go by calendar year from January 1st to December 31st. Next slide. So here's the age group.
Oh, the age group? Okay, hold on. Okay. I think it's a lagging. Yeah.
And the age requirements. And one of the frequently asked questions is, well, what if I get older during the year? So we'll take teenager, for example. Say you're 15, you're about to turn 16 years old. According to Pvsa, 7 months out of the year, you must fall into teenage category as a 15-year-old to fall under teenage category. Otherwise, you'll be kicked out to young adult, which requires more hours. However, if me as a director, if you get a majority of hours at a younger bracket, talk to me and I'll definitely work something out with you guys. I'm not here to make it difficult on purpose. I want everyone to participate in volunteering and in their communities. Next slide, please.
Okay, do you need to click on the website Do you want me to click on the website or no?
You can
Where
click
they
on-
find, where they
Oh,
find
that's
it? or no?
clickable. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's clickable. Yeah, click it.
Yes, okay. So Scott, can you share how they can find the program or apply if they haven't yet? Like if their parents become a member and then how they find their youth application form?
Yes. Hold on. Let me go on the East Meets West website too. I need to confirm this.
Okay. Sure, Scott takes a moment. Those of you, many of you are parents because your children are taking the SAT and some of you are attending as students yourself. If your parents have become members, they will receive, of course, a welcome or thank you for being a member. And then after that, you should, as a youth, sign up to be a youth Pvsa member. And then Scott will explain next how that works.
Yes. So on our website, emwpc.org, under program, when you hover your mouse over it, you will see Presidential Volunteer Service Awards. So go ahead, click that. And once you click it, scroll down a little bit. You're on the right page. Yeah, you're on the right page. Just scroll down a little bit. So those are the hours. Here's the online registration form with East Meets West. When you fill this out, it goes directly to me and a few other board members, so we know you're registering. Please do fill it out thoroughly. We're gonna need that information. And once you submit it, once everything is filled and submitted, you will be receiving this in the email, in your email that you've provided. Can we go back to the slideshow, Tammy?
Okay.
Next page.
Is it, oh, it's lagging. Okay,
Oh,
there you
it's sliding.
go.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll get a Google Doc that looks something like this. You will fill it up again. And this form is filled, everything on this form and tabs are filled by the student or the family members. East Meets West, we do not we do not fill this out on your behalf. So you'll be responsible for that. And again, the hours are listed there. Next slide, Tammy.
Okay, so let's see. This is the
Okay.
hours.
This is the second tab. I'm not sure if you can see it, if Zoom meeting is blocking the bottom, but on the bottom left, you will see two tabs, enrollment form, which is the one you just saw, and this page right now, which is the volunteer hours. This is where you as the student will log all your volunteer hours, whether it's part of East Meets West, if it's part of the Scout program, if it's part of your high school, don't matter. Log it right here. The only thing we as East Meets West require is that you put your supervisor's name and contact info. Pvsa, we do verify with the supervisors that you were present, and we do verify the hours, and that's how we tally up everyone's volunteer hour. It is recommended you do fill this out as soon as your volunteering is done. That way you don't forget, and it gives us time to verify the hours. If you fill up everything last minute, and if we're unable to verify it, those hours do not count. So be diligent, fill this out every time after every volunteer service.
And
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
really quick, when the students do want to use past hours from 2020, it's not going to count anymore. It's going to be January 2021 to December 2021. This is just a sample.
Yes.
Okay, so ignore the dates there, but your log should have 2021, right?
Yes,
And,
that is correct.
Yeah. Can we check the chat if anyone has questions on the forms or how to be a youth member?
Let me see.
Anyone have questions? Because I know it can be confusing sometimes.
Yes, Helen, our volunteer hours from other organizations do count. You can double dip, yes.
Okay.
Well, at least
And-
we allow double dipping. If that organization says, no, you're not allowed to, then that's you deal with them. But we at East Meets West, we do allow double dipping.
Okay. And another student asked, does student need to register separately or go under the parents registration?
That form is both for students and parents. So once you fill it out, we will get the students' information and the parents' information, and we will send the Google Doc to the student's email. Vanessa, if you join now, do you participate as part of 2022? No, right now we are still under the 2021 schedule. And the reason is because we tend to do the award ceremony around January, February, March. So this, let's say February 2022, we'll be giving the awards for the students who participated in 2021. If you join right now and you happen to rack up a lot of hours, yes, you will count too.
Okay. Any other questions, please post in the chat and one of us will help answer, or you can ask at the end. Oh, we have one more.
Also, students would need membership, right? Which is the difference than parent membership. I will defer that question to Tammy.
Okay, so parent membership covers the family. So my family, I applied as the parent and my 2 children are covered in the membership, and so is my husband. So we participate as a whole family. I hope that makes sense. Thank you for these wonderful questions.
Keep asking, guys. I like it.
Maybe we'll move to the next. Oh, okay. We'll take
Wait.
one more, then we'll move to the next slide.
Okay, from Tina, if students join now, can the hours served before but still in 2021 be counted? Yes, so as long as we have a contact info and verified hours, if you did something in say March 2021, yes, it will be counted.
Okay, so Scott, I'll move on to the next slide.
Okay,
Let me see. Oh, it's ways to earn the hours.
yeah. Oh, and just to quickly answer the last question from Angela, the whole family can participate, but the hours do not stack up together as a family. Each hour is for the individual only. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one, volunteer opportunities, ways to earn hours. All right, so there's a number of ways to earn volunteer hours with East Meets West Pvsa. We have an internship, which Annie will go into much greater details later. East Meets West, we have year-round events. We have a lot of events happening. You can even, as I mentioned, you're allowed to double dip. So you're allowed to do community service hours outside of East Meets West and it still be counted. The only thing is outside of East Meets West, you must be from an approved organization and there must be a supervisor. So for example, if say you decided to go clean up the park by yourself, that wouldn't count. Those would be counted as rogue hours and would not be counted toward Pvsa. It would have to be from an approved organization with a supervisor and their contact information. Any questions? And again, internship, we'll go into details in just a few minutes.
Oh, and everyone, again, this is Tammy speaking for those who just joined. I don't have my camera on, hold on. In support of what Scott's saying, we have organized a Pvsa master calendar of events and opportunities. Not all the dates and times are set. So in the next slides, Annie will speak about the internship, how that works. There will be a calendar announcing fall events. Every month this fall, there will be opportunities. We usually send out a Google sign-up form or reservation form a few weeks in advance. We're not going to be able to give you a year round of sign-up links at this point. So please be patient because we're all working behind the scenes, but we do have a fall calendar for you. And those of you taking notes, we do plan to email this PowerPoint that contains the calendar. And we also plan to share a recording. But I think right now, the next slide is going to be Annie, but Scott, do you have anything else to say before we go to scholarship and internship? I think there's
Yes.
scholarship.
I'll answer some questions that I see in the chat. From Helen, what if the parent is the supervisor, say for the troop leader of students in scouting? That is okay because scouting is an approved event. And if the parent just happens to be a supervisor, that is okay as long as the event happened as a Boy Scout, Girl Scout event. That is okay. From Vanessa, do you have a list of approved organizations? No, we don't, but like it's I don't want to say it's pretty obvious. I want to say if it's like a community service event, if it's something from like Arcadia, San Marino High School, yeah, of course that would be counted. YMCA, if it's a third party organization who also does community service, great, we will count that too. But we don't have a list of approved organizations just because there's so many organizations out there. If you join Circle K, Rotary Club, Lions Club, I know they do a lot of volunteering stuff. Those will count too. From Jay, will doing tutoring at their high school count? I believe I would not count that because what I'm looking for as when I say volunteering is you also go out into community, that you also network, you communicate with other people too. Tutoring, my personal opinion, is more like a job or internship type, is not really community. So I do want you guys, you students, to go out and really talk to different people in your community and see and ask them, what can you do to make it better.
Scott, just to add, in terms of the list of certified or approved organizations, your high school website or your high school counselor should have a list. For example, San Marino High School, if you go on their website, they have a whole list from Red Cross to hospitals to the Arboretum. And like what Scott is saying, if you're just tutoring somebody in your class at a high school, of course you're helping the classmate. However, there's no supervisor perhaps or no organization verifying it. If it's National Honor Society or CSF because you're tutoring, there's special cases, let us know. But I agree that just some kind of tutoring your cousin or it's not going to be counted. So it does still have to be part of an approved service organization. And when in doubt, just message Scott. And Scott can talk to our team and we'll get you an answer. But again, your high school websites and your city where you live, if you just search youth volunteering, there will be a website or list of approved organizations. So hopefully that helps you.
Okay, next question. Oops.
Oh.
From Aldrin, will church volunteering hours count? Yes, I believe church volunteering hours do count. From Jay, if there is a club advisor and it's for homework club after school, will that count? I want to lean on no. I'll echo what Tammy said. Something that your high school is okay with, like as approved volunteer hour, is generally a safe bet to say it's safe with us too. But as far as homework after school stuff, like I said, I want you guys to really go out into the community, not just one-on-one the entire time. Really participate, not just help the community, but participate in your community events too. From Eddie, how about peer tutoring organized by school count? I'll have to get back to you on that one, Eddie.
Yes, Scott, we can work together. I think if it's National Honor Society, CSF, or an approved organization where the homework club or tutoring club really is connected to the whole campus and community, like serving low income, underprivileged, or students with disabilities, let's take a look. So students, you're welcome to share with us the website, the name of the organization, and who the supervisor is, and we'll look into that for you.
All right, any other question, guys, before we move on? Going once, going twice. All right, next slide. All right. Scholarship opportunities still in the works. So all this is subject to change. This will be East Meets West first ever scholarship. I'll be hosting it, and it's gonna be an essay contest. It'll just, given the current situation the world is facing right now, most likely it's gonna be done through Zoom just for everyone's safety. And here are the tentative awards right now: first, second, third place. As far as time and ceremony, again, this is still in the works, but just keep it. We're trying to aim for around April, May, June. Definitely want to finish this before high school graduation. That way, everyone is still in town and not off on vacation. So, pay attention to your emails. This is something we're really excited for, and hope you all can join when we launch this.
I'm so excited about it too, Scott. Thank you for their leadership. Okay, the next slide, I believe, is Annie. Annie Broussard is both founder of this club. Welcome, Annie. And she's going to share about the internship.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me, Tammy?
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you.
wonderful. Hi, everyone. This is Annie Broussard. I'm the East Meets West Parent Education Club's executive directors. And before I touch on the internship, I would like to make just 2 points to emphasize the membership. Our organization provides a free program. We are certifying Pvsa program organization nonprofit. We are providing this free event for members to participate. Please do join the membership because all the board members are volunteers here. There are a lot of works to make this program going. So we need parent support to be the members so that we can continue to have the fund to purchase all the certificates, trophies, gift cards to reward all the students. And we also have a parenting events, all the speakers. We need to recognize all the established and distinguished speakers. So even last night, we got 5 new membership. So please, I noticed that some participants today, they are not member yet, but please do consider to join the membership. And okay, regarding the internship, and this is a very neat program. And I want to let you know what you or your children's students to learn from the program. It's not just like a simple tedious task you do, and just like a database, something like that. We don't expect our intern to do that kind of tedious work, but we will teach them, we'll guide them. For example, the most important thing is that the communication skills, especially during pandemic, most communication is through the internet. We will guide through, monitor our interns how to communicate, and by providing some projects. Our recent project was the software, design the flyers, and help them collaborate with other interns to work together for a project. This is something very challenging for nowadays, the students working everything online, but we are working behind to encourage the students, interns to work together in their comfort level. Sometimes we will try to challenge them to do something out of comfort zone. Sometimes they will, and sometimes they will not. But that's okay. But we do step by step, baby steps. The most important is that we wanted students to learn how to collaborate with others, be patient. And this is some skill that you really can learn from school. And another neat opportunity is that we will invite the interns to join our monthly board meeting, have them sit aside to listen to all the board members' communication, including reports and the taking notes, let them take notes so that they understand how we learn, how we run the organization and the structures, the format. This is really amazing opportunity that our intern can hear, be exposed a lot of new things that never happened in their life, right? So what the intern gets from the program is that after 3 months, or sometimes you are welcome to even stay longer to work if you are interested in doing that or you are available. For example, one of our current intern, her name's Lauren Kwang from Westridge School. She's been doing intern over 3 months, but she still continue her work and with her passion. And towards the end of the season, the intern will get feedback from us. And of course, the internship earns the most volunteer hours at our organization, right? For sure, they will get Gold Award, especially Lauren and my intern this year. I'm sure she will be one of the Gold Award recipient for sure. And by the way, I want to let you know that in January at our Lunar New Year Gala, we recognize over 16 gold recipients for the Pvsa awards. Over 16 student gold award. That's an amazing record, especially during the pandemic. So I think all the students are very enthusiastic and passionate about participating in the program. Again, getting back the internship. So you will get the feedback and then you will get the certificate from us. And of course, the hours for all the achievement. And the most important is that you will learn the communication skills and how to talk to different people and work out of comfort zone. And then in the future, when you need recommendation letters for scholarship or for college application, we are glad to provide the best letter for you to support your endeavor for the next steps. Actually, I wrote a couple of letters for scholarship application and for the college as well. So, and just let us know if you need any support when you apply for next job or colleges. So the requirement for our internship, again, is 3 months as a basic. And really it's on your own pace, but you have to be available. You have to communicate. If you're super busy, but let us know which period you won't be able to do the work. So we will find out as an intern to cover you. The communication skill is the number one. And again, so work with us, the board members and your fellow intern students. That will really help you to learn how to reach out of comfort zone. And again, we do once a week short meeting if available, but if not available, we can always push the next week. It's really not too tight, too demanding, but we just want you to learn and we want you to open the network to get to know other people and to learn the real world. So the email address is on the flyers, east meets west parent@gmail.com. Just shoot us email if you have you're thinking this opportunity interest. Send us email. So we will start in September next month. Again, we would like to have a short bio of you. So we want to know about you and we have a meeting with you. It's pretty casual, but once you start work, I think you will learn a lot. But anyway, just if you have the question, you can send a question at the chat box. So I guess that's it. Thank you, Tammy.
Okay, great. I'm just texting the email in the box, but I'm ready to move to the next slide. Thank you so much, Annie. I wish I had this internship when I was a shy high school student. I would have developed a lot more confidence. Okay, so let's go to the next part.
Oh, Annie, we got some questions.
Sure,
Okay.
let's just pause.
From Maria, how many interns do you take? How many hours a week does the internship require?
It's really depends on students. Usually we would say about 2 hours, something like that. And is Lauren here? Lauren is our current intern. She can answer that. And we understand the students get busy, but again, the job you can do sometimes at your spare time. Doesn't have to be always on the meeting. So the hours you decide which hours, and I found my interns always work late. So they found the time to do the work. We don't necessarily require exactly how many hours, and depends on how they can do. But with all the internet skills online, I think our interns, they are very, very skilled. They learn very quickly and very creative. So they found a passion to work on that. Sometimes I can't stop my intern Lauren to work too hard. She just found her way to do a better job and she always respond. It's great. So most of the time it won't be a problem with how many hours. I hope that answers your questions.
Oh, Annie, I have a question.
Okay.
Will those hours count towards PVSA?
Well, like I said, great question, Scott. Yes, I said the internship will give you the most hours because you work with me and with my other fellow board members. That's a lot of time because even you like doing behind the scene on the software skills, so developing a new flyers, that's a lot of hours. One flyer, a minimum 3 hours. So it's a lot of hours. Definitely, it's the best way to achieve the gold award for the Pvsa.
Oh, Annie and Scott, thank you so much. I have a special guest today who likes to provide hours. Can we give Nat a minute or two? He's leaving in a minute just to say hi.
Yes,
it's regarding his concert coming up.
Sure.
Nat, are you still there? Is Nat still on the screen? I can't see. Is he there?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
okay.
hello.
Everyone, give us a moment. I have to skip to, like we said, there's many ways to earn volunteer hours. And there is a concert on September 18th. Nat, my dear friend and community leader, he's also part of the city of Pasadena. He will introduce the concert and how you earn hours and what is needed. So he'll just have about 2 minutes to introduce this. Go ahead, Nat.
Thank you, Tammy. Listening to all of you, I suggest all the parents who are on the Zoom today, make sure you get your children signed in this program of East West. It's very imperative. Every day, things are changing in this world, and that you do not become effective public speaker, have self-confidence, and have a direction in life, you're not going to succeed. And having had the pleasure of knowing Tammy and Annie Bersord, you have a great opportunity. So sign up for this wonderful courses that they're offering, and you'll be surprised when you look back 5-6 years from now, as Tammy said before, you're going to say, I'm glad I did, because you don't get that many opportunities. About the concert is a very imperative that I have 15 to 16 of you take part with me, which will be my pleasure as a volunteer. You will each get 6 hours of community services, which I've done for my 52 previous concerts. And as part of your activity, you become acclimated regarding effective communication, serving, and at the same time, having a wonderful time. The concert is dedicated to anti-Asian hate. And my philosophy of love has been, don't just talk, put your words into action. When the hate crime took place against our family members of Asians the past year or so, I took action. And as a result, I created this concert, producing it in collaboration with the Chinese Chamber of Commerce. So you as young people have an opportunity by saying to yourself, yes, I believe in that. Yes, I want to stop the anti-Asian hate, not only against Asians, but against humanity. So Tammy will expand further about how to come to Arboretum on September 18th and join me at 5 p.m. till about 10 p.m. Not only, again, assist me, collaborate with me, but enjoy a fabulous concert and get community services for your participation. I really admire young people. I have had the pleasure of working with Tammy for many years in her outstanding college launch organization, as you are now involved with East West, and is imperative, again, let me emphasize, is imperative you become a mature adult at a young age. Have a great vision. Look at the road ahead of you. You need help. East West is available, college launch is available. So get off, as they say, they can, volunteer, and become active on September 18th. Thank you so much, Annie. Thank you, Tammy. And good job, Scott. And have a wonderful day. I have another meeting to go to. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nat.
I'm looking for my video camera. Anyways, thank you so much. Any more questions about the Unity concert? You can direct it to me directly. I'll just put my email in the East Meets West. Basically, he just needs ushers and greeters. There will be Congresswoman Judy Chu, mayors. You will learn how to communicate effectively, present yourself, and again, be an ambassador to our community. Okay, so let's get back to
Thank you.
the previous slide. And thank you so much, Nad, for spending your morning with us. Okay, we were talking with Annie and we answered some key questions. So any more questions, I did type her email in, eastmeetswestparent@gmail.com. Next up is really, because I'm looking at the time, the Pvsa master calendar is not on our website. We'll have to work as board members to still get some things approved, but we felt that it's important given all of your busy schedules. And as parents, you'd like to know what your children are doing. It's just in this PowerPoint, but basically, as everyone has said, there are many ways to earn hours towards your graduation, towards Pvsa awards, towards whatever you're working towards. We had summer events for volunteering, and we thank those that participated. There was a picnic, National Night Out, Motor Classic. San Marino Police wrote a letter, wonderful letter saying how proud he is to see the youth engaged in helping at the National Night Out. So that's a great example of how families can be engaged. Quarterly parenting seminars. We do have one upcoming, which Annie will talk about. It's at the San Marino Library, and it's on September 25th coming up. And we do need volunteers to help greet at each parent seminar, to help set up, to help clean up. I mean, there's so much to learn and do at our parent seminars. For fall events, we already went over the September 18th concert, where greeters and ushers and setup are needed. September 25th, the parent seminar. And then we do have September and October back to school backpack project. So the back to school backpack project is something that I will be speaking to, but this is just an example of our Pvsa calendar. And again, if you're taking notes, don't worry, we'll email this copy. I'll see if we can make it into a PDF. So maybe I can ask Lauren, our intern, if we can just make a Pvsa calendar PDF. But for now, it's just on this PowerPoint. October 16th, there is a beach cleanup that's still in the works. So we have not released any flyers or signups for that. Normally, we won't release flyers and sign-up links if it's 2 months ahead. We're just dealing with what is the month's opportunities. So because September is coming up, we will start releasing sign-up links for anything involving September. So don't worry if you see something for October, you can let us know and watch your email and WeChat messages about signing up. So just to end the calendar, you can take a look. Again, there's October beach cleanup. November is another parent seminar. And then November, December, January, normally we have holiday events from the toy drive with Judy Chu normally, or some holiday concert, serving the homeless through Union Station. And we have our New Year Gala, our largest fundraiser every January, sometimes beginning of February. Okay, so those are just some items we first put on master calendar. Any questions on the master calendar before I move to the backpack project? Because I'm looking at the time when we're hoping to wrap up in another 10, 15 minutes. Any questions? Nope. Okay, why don't we hold our questions to the end? I can hang out for Q&A. How's that? Okay, the next part is the backpack project, and this might become too much information. I will set a separate Zoom for those interested for the backpack project. There is a sign-up link already released. If you didn't get it, I will ask Scott to re-release it through and my own East Meets West email so that you can directly communicate with me about it. The backpack project is a service project because one of the nonprofit organizations, World Harvest, contacted us. We had fundraised for funds to support reopening of schools and organizations and museums. And we had, donated money to World Harvest. World Harvest was so thankful. World Harvest donated up to 250 backpacks. So I was thinking if the youth can be involved, we have 250 backpacks. If we can get 30 student volunteers and divide up into 5 teams. So again, 30 volunteers divide up into 5 teams. Each team can have 50 backpacks. With your 50 backpacks, your team will decide who you want to donate it to, as well as what you want to supply the backpacks with. So it is a back to school backpack donation campaign. The only thing you have to do right now is express your interest. There will be a Google sign-up link, and there's a checkbox for leadership. So if you're interested in becoming a team leader, you can check that off, and there will be leadership training provided by me. So again, the backpack project, I would like to see that these 250 backpacks will be part of an outreach and donated to people in need, whether they are homeless or orphans, people with disabilities, and again, just, churches, low income schools. I will leave it up to the teams to outreach and contact organizations that I will approve of, and I will give you a starting list of places. So you only have a month. You only have from September to October, first week of October, to make sure these backpacks are donated and delivered, and also filled with some supplies that you will decide on. We do have sanitizers donated to us, so I can start you off with sanitizers. Now, is this volunteering in person or Zoom? The last thing I want to note is that because of the climate right now with COVID, we want everyone safe, even if you're volunteering. Your teamwork can be Zoom. And when it comes to supplying the backpacks, World Harvest said they will set aside a day that's convenient, let's say a weekend, and we can meet at their office. Supplies can be delivered there. And she has tables where everyone, wearing masks, we can supply the backpacks. Okay, so whether it's teddy bears and 50 backpacks, or fidget toys, school supplies, whatever you can think of, we can have a fun day where we just fill the backpacks and then again ready for delivery. So of course, parents are going to need to be involved somewhat to help with the delivering and the drop off. And again, I don't have time this morning, but I will set up a separate Zoom meeting and help you through this. Okay, so I did bring a backpack. Whoops. I did bring a backpack to show you as an example. It's just sort of this army green color. Okay. And if you're like my daughter.
Tammy, can you stop the sharing the screen so we can see the backpack, please? Thank you.
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Let me put on my other video. Hold on.
That's wonderful.
Okay. I have like 2 cameras going on. So this is the backpack. It does look pretty bland. If you're like my daughter, who's very creative, you can get little button pins with positive messages like peace, love, East meets West. Maybe I'll see if we can order a pin. You could be creative. I was thinking for foster youth or children, even at Children's Hospital, if we ask them, we could put, new teddy bears. They have to be new toys because of COVID, but put teddy bears in here, right? Or even the elderly. The elderly would love something, and your team could put a greeting card in there. I don't want to give you too many ideas because this is really a student I want it to be a student-driven passion project for the community. I want you to be as creative, learn to work as a team, and let's donate these 250 backpacks, okay? And then leaders will help present your results in a slideshow to a future board meeting, okay? And so that's just generally the idea. I hope that helps. Okay, hold on. Let me share back the PowerPoint. Okay, so I know some people have to go. So Annie, Scott, Nicole, I think that's enough for the backpack for now. But thanks for listening. And then I think we can quickly proceed to, Annie, do you want to say anything about the parent seminar before we, because it's only parent seminar and then we just are wrapping up.
Yes, regarding the parenting seminars, first of all, I want to say that our club, the core value is the parenting, positive parenting seminars and webinars. We've been doing that very successfully for more than 7 years. And the new season starting in September. And this year we have lined up 4 speakers, actually 5 speakers for 4 major events at the Crow Public Libraries. And the first one will be the September 25th, Jennifer Sheen Lovers. She is the returning speaker starting 2016, and she will share her knowledge, experience, and expertise on parenting during the pandemic. So do save the date, and we will announce the event after the Labor Day. And the registration is very limited because we only take 35 participants to join the event to listen to the speaker at the courtyard. The library, which is going to be outdoor, a small courtyard, outdoor with social distance. Everybody will require to wear your mask on. And so September 25th at 10 a.m., actually it's 10 a.m. And again, we will recruit volunteers, first come, first served, and we only need 3 to 5 student volunteers for each parenting events. And I guess that's it for September 25th. And stay tuned for the flyer, the registration starting after Labor Days. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie. And again, this is a free event for members, but please help us recruit new parent members. A big part of the inspiration for East Meets West, turning on my camera again, is really to help parent education. Parents like myself, I have truly benefited. So thank you, Annie. Okay, so we're at the end as to how to contact us. Scott is the director, and he is so passionate about Pvsa and the scholarship and supporting you as youth volunteers. So when you have questions, but please respect that we are all working, professionals too. So if we don't answer your email or text within 24 hours, feel free to, of course, alert, one of us or Annie, but do your best. Give us a day or 2 to reply. If it's a true emergency, please alert Annie. She's so good at letting us know too. For the backpack, I put in my email address as well. Okay, so this is our contact page. We will share out. If you need to take a screenshot right now, take a moment, take a screenshot of our emails. Other than that, we are at the end here. So let's answer any last questions. Any questions you might have?
Tammy,
Okay,
I have a question regarding how many hours should we expect with the backpack project?
Okay, I think what I tried to do on the Pvsa calendar, or I tried to estimate hours. What did I put here? I think I'm guessing that the leaders will definitely accrue more hours because they have to manage their teams, but it is always how much effort you put into. And World Harvest will be that nonprofit organization with East Meets West supporting your hours. So I would say up to anywhere from starting easily at 10 hours all the way to even 20, 30 hours. Because again, if your team decides you're going to outreach to 5 organizations and see which one will receive your donation, your team members have to make time to make, phone calls and emails, and then see who can supply the backpack. If your parents decide, you know what, we will donate something for the backpacks, that's an easy fundraiser there. If you decide to do a Facebook fundraiser, wow, I can only imagine that can take more hours. So it's up to the team. Right now, I'm only imagining 1 team leader per team of 5 students. There's only 5. If there's a lot of interest, maybe we'll expand the team a little bit. I just think if the teams are more than 6 students each, it's going to be too difficult to coordinate your schedules. So I think a leader, and I may consider a co-leader. Okay, and who supplies the backpacks? We already have sanitizers. So it's up to the student. You can come up with a theme is my suggestion. So you can have themed backpacks according to who you're giving it to, right? So if you want to do school supplies, that would be great for students. If you want to do, like I said, stuffed animals, that's fine. You want to do books, that's okay. But how you get the supplies and how you get the money, it's up to the students to do some problem solving. That's one of the skills I hope students will learn from this. Okay, so anywhere from 10 to 30 hours, that's what I imagine. I hope that answers the question, okay? Any other questions? Otherwise, I think, Annie, maybe you can help them understand how they will get communications from us, which WeChat or WhatsApp, if they didn't download that yet. When do you do newsletters? How do they check for communications? And generally, what to wear and, the mindset that Pvsa should have. Do you have any last words, Annie, or things that we can tell them for communication?
Yes, all the students enrolled with the Pvsa, you are getting the newsletter. Sometimes we send the newsletter once a week or every other week. For the parents, we highly encourage you to join our WeChat or WhatsApp groups. Once you are the member, you are invited to join our messaging with text messages. So I believe a lot of members last night received the text messaging as well. We use a variety of communication tools to try to reach out. Even the last minute, we always do double messaging for every reminders and everybody. But do check out your email account from East Miss West Parent Education Club. We only send an email to members. So if you haven't received any emails, check your spam folder to see if the emails lost there. That sometimes happens, but in general, with WeChat, with our WhatsApp groups and the text messaging and the e-newsletters, and we also broadcasting our events through local schools as well, advertisement, and the newspaper as well. So you should have a lot of redundant resource from our each events. And if you haven't received any announcement from us, please send an email to me. I'm going to just leave the chat box. So I will for sure reach out to you. And again, we also call upon to you and to check on how you're doing. If we haven't seen you for a long, long time. So you will be for sure in the same loop with all the other members, be invited for all the events. Any question, please leave a chat box. So Tammy, so did I answer the questions?
Yes, that was wonderful, Annie. Thank you so much, because sometimes as parents and students, we're not quite sure how the club will communicate, and this will also teach our students to check their email boxes and communications. In terms of WeChat and WhatsApp, we provided the PVSA, the group is in WeChat. We'll have to double check if new PVSA members are added into the WeChat. But Annie, it's only in WeChat, correct? There's no PVSA WhatsApp. We are just keeping it in WeChat.
All the events we broadcast through variety of e-messaging and testing, and also the newsletters. And not everybody has WhatsApp. Not everybody has WeChat. And then we also launching we also have the Facebook group. Our board member Dennis Fasquills is developing, even expanding the Facebook group. We're trying to do as much as possible for the social media and the newsletters. So, and again, do reach out to our Youth Leadership Director, Scott Kwong. I can test his email address. So if you don't hear anything, just reach out to him. Any questions about the PVSA program and volunteer projects, Scott will definitely reply your email with all the calendar activities. Thank you. I'm going to also test, Scott, can you leave your PVSA email address to the chat box, please?
Okay, I think it's been a very productive morning. Everyone has really given their time. And thank you, Annie, for always supporting the board. Thank you, Scott, for your leadership. Nicole for being a supportive advisor now on the team. And I won't always be as involved with PVSA activities, although youth is at the passion of everything I do. But this backpack project, it's just something that really just inspired me as well. So I'm going to be most involved in that. Other than that, I will see you at our year-round events and activities. And I hope all of you felt that this was productive. Thank you so much. I know that it's been a long morning. Annie, do you think that this is good? We'll wrap up right now.
Yeah, we can stay a few more minutes if anybody or you have individual questions, and do show your screen so we can answer your question for next 5 minutes. Really, thank you everybody for making this a priority to join this Zoom orientation. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yes, have a beautiful weekend.
So,
Okay.
Tammy, can you stop your share screen so that we can,
Sure.
yes, answer everybody question in person, face to face. Thank you, everybody. If you can turn on your camera, so we'd like to see you in person. Thank you. Oh,
Yes,
Jay,
we stopped recording. Yeah, we
Yes,
stopped
okay.
recording. So do you want to say hi? There's